Welcome to my channel Too Irrational, where we see everything mathematics and statistics. I am Pranay Sharma, and in this series of videos, we'll be learning how to use the most popular calculator, that is FX991 ES Plus. This calculator has a lot of functions and I will try to cover all of them in this series, but today we will take a brief introduction. Now let's talk about the layout of this calculator. Here we see our basic sets of buttons, and up here we can see more special buttons that give us ability to make complex equations. Now these two buttons, shift and alpha, bring a whole new dimension to our calculator that we'll talk about later in this video. Now we have navigation buttons to navigate through our equations, and we have on button and we have mode button. Now there are a lot of modes in this calculator, and today we will see the comp mode that is used for basic calculation. If I press 1, I'll go to my comp mode. Now we can do our basic calculations, like if I say 25 divided by 6, and if I press equal to, it will give me a fraction answer here. Now if I want my answer to be in decimal, I have a button here called SD. If I press this button, you will see that the answer will be in fraction, that is our decimal, that is our 4.16, and this is a recurring value. If I press that SD button again, you can see I get a much elaborate answer, and if I press again, I will get my fraction back. So you can use this SD button to convert your answer from fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction whenever you require. Now all of these special buttons, you can see here, we can create a fraction while writing our answer. I can write this as nothing but, let's say, 25 plus 6, and if I want to go to the lower box, all I have to do is use my navigation buttons, and if I press down arrow key, I will go here to the lower section, and now I can say divided by, let's say, 4. If I press equal to, I get again in fraction answer. This is the lowest fraction. If I want it, I will press SD and I will get it in 7.75. If you want it in mixed fraction, what you can do is you can press shift and then this SD button, and you can see that you get it in a mixed fraction as an answer, 7/3/4. Now let's assume I have a quadratic equation to solve. Let's say something like 3x square plus 4x minus 4 equal to 0. So we know for any fraction, and we know for any quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, the roots are nothing but minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So if I want to write such a complex equation in our calculator, we can do that. So we'll, first of all, we want a fraction. I'll use this and I get a fraction. Now in top, I would want minus b. Minus b in this case would be minus 4. So I'll say minus and 4. Now I'll take plus first. So I'll say plus. If I want under root, I put under root. Now you can see whenever we have a box given in our any form of equation, we can write an elaborate equation inside that box here as well, like we'll be doing right now. We want b square, so b is 4, so I'll say 4, and I want square. For square, you can see here I have square button. Now if I wanted more complex power, what I can do is I can use this x raised to box button. If I press that x raised to box button, you can see I will get a box in the power. Here I just want a square, I will just put 2, and now if I want to go down, I have finished with whatever I needed to write in my power. So for that I will have to use my navigation button, that is our side arrow key. If I press that, you can see I get down. I want b square minus 4ac. My c is negative, so minus minus will become plus, so I'll just write plus 4 into A is 3 into C is 4. And now I want to go to this bottom box. I'll press down arrow key. I'll have 2 into A, that is 3. And if I press equal to, I get 2 by 3. If I want it in decimal, again I'll press this. I'll have 0.66. So one of my roots, value of x, is 2 by 3. And the next value, I need the same equation. All I have to do is use minus sign here. Now the calculator stores about 10 equations that we have previously calculated. We can use that again using navigation key unless and until you press an on key. So if you press on key, you will lose all your equation. But if you want to navigate previous equation, even if you press AC, now I'm on the blank screen. If I press this up arrow key, you will find I go to my previous equation. If I press up arrow key again, it will go to the previous equation before that. Up arrow key, it goes to the previous equation. I'll go down because I want this equation. I want to edit it. To edit it, I'll press any of these side arrow keys. So I'll press side arrow key. You can see the cursor is on the equation. I'll go delete minus. If I press equal to, I get minus 2 as my second root. So I get minus 2. So 2 by 3 and minus 2 becomes my 2 roots. So in this way, we can use the special keys here. You can use log and you can use your natural log. So log to the base 10 is this button. Log to the base E would be this button. But if you want to make any other log, you have button here. You can see here. If I press that, if I want log to the base 2, I'll press this button. I get 2 boxes. First I will write my base 2 and let's say I want 8. So the answer must be most likely 3. If I press equal to, I get 3 as my answer. Again, there were boxes, so you could make an elaborate equation there. Okay. Then you have your sine, cos, tan, trigonometric buttons. You have hyper to make hyper sine, cos, tan. Now what about inverse, or what about any of these values that are written in yellow or red? Now whenever we want to access any of these values written in yellow or red anywhere here, we will be using shift and alpha key. As you can see the color code, with the shift button we'll be able to access the yellow buttons, yellow things written, and with alpha we'll be able to access all the red things written. Now we will be looking at shift right now. Alpha we will be talking about with different kinds of functions that we can use later on. So first of all, if I use shift, and you will see something here, we have NCR. NCR is nothing but combination, and we have here NPR. You can access that. You have here 10 raised to something. So if I say 2 into, I want shift, and if I press this, I will have 10 raised to, and if I say 2, press equal to, that gives me 200. So 2 into 10 raised to 100. Similarly, you can see here e raised to. If I want e raised to, let's say minus 2, so I'll say shift and this ln button, and you can see e raised to. If I want minus 2, now e is nothing but the Euler's constant, that is about 2.713 or something like that. We can check that out also if you want. Say shift e raised to 1. If I press equal to, we have 2.7183. okay. Similarly, we have pi here. You can use pi. If I press shift and this, I get a pi, and if I press equal to, I am getting pi. If I want the value of pi, I'll press SD and I get 3.14159. right? So this shift can be used to access any of these yellow things written over our buttons. Now I'll show you using examples of combination, permutation and combination. Let's say if I want 25 P3 and if I want 25, let's say C3, these are the values that I am trying to find. So first I will be writing 25. Next I will press shift, and P is above this into button, so I will just press that. I get a P, and then if I press 3, press equal to, I get this. So my 25 P3 is nothing but 13800. And similarly, if I want 25 C3, I'll press first 25, then shift, and here I will press C and press 3 equal to, I get 2300. We have factorial and inverse as well. You can see here inverse value. If I write 2 and if I press this, I get raised to -1. Press equal to, I get 1/2. If I press 2, or let's say 23, or 23 might be a large value, let's say 5, and if I want factorial, you can see here factorial. If I shift and this button, I'll get a factorial. I'll press equal to and I get 120. That is our 5 factorial. Here, if you want, let's say third root, fourth root, what you can do is press shift and press this button, and you can see you have root. So I'll put third here, 3, and let's say I want third root of 81. If I press equal to, I am getting 4.32, because I think the fourth root of 81 is going to be 3. So if I want to edit, all I have to do is right now press this side arrow key and delete, and I'll press 4, and if I press equal to, I get 3. So similarly, you can use these buttons to make very elaborate equations. There are so many more functions that we can do in this particular calculator, and we'll see that in later on videos. So we'll end our introduction video here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please comment on anything you would like me to cover on this particular calculator. I'll see you in the next one.